Yo, what is good, everyone? What is good? So, of course, you already know I am Artist of Truth, and welcome to another vlog. I'm glad to have everyone here. Pardon all that noise, but I'm back. Yes, I am back. Outspoken, unapologetic, sensitive folks don't like what I have to say, don't like my delivery, ask me if I care. But for those of my subscribers who have consistently been with me, listening to my content, I greatly appreciate you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. Of course, you already knew. Yeah. So follow me on Instagram, Complexionist. Also follow me on Spotify. You can find my podcast, artist underscore truth, on Spotify. Which, of course, I will be discussing this issue right now. So, where do we begin? Where do we begin? Yes. Let me just go ahead and put this up here. You see that, right? For some, it might not even be a trigger alert for them, but it was a trigger alert for me to speak up against, you know, against this minor. Wait a minute, what we have going on here? Okay, here we go. I apologize on that. Uh, every once in a while, the internet wants to interfere with your message and the information that you all should be hearing. So you already see, you've already read the title. Let me put it up there again for you. You see what it is. Hide Your Kids, featuring pedophiles in the lgbt-xyz. So without further ado, let me just start off this conversation with this video. I tried bringing it up, but for some reason it doesn't want me to be great. So this was actually something that was shared by Hebrews to Negroes. And well, it's disturbing, but just goes to show you. Just goes to show you what this disgusting yet disturbing society is doing and is planning on our offsprings. So it is our job as men, as women, to protect our children from certain things that they are just too young to be getting exposed to. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you real quick. Hide your kids. That's the focus of tonight's angle.
Now, it's often said that the children are our future. And of course, that's exactly why the left wants to take them from parents who don't buy into their twisted agenda. Everywhere you look, in myriad ways, forces are working overtime to undermine parental rights and their Judeo-Christian values. From teachers' unions to gender activists to Biden's vaccine pushers, we're seeing a concerted effort, backed by some of the biggest financial interests out there, to indoctrinate our children into a dark mindset of anti-Americanism. Now, this new normal requires the undermining of American history. It involves teaching concepts directly at odds with the ideal of the nuclear family. Now, on the COVID issue, government and so-called public health experts are trying to force your kids to get injected with an experimental COVID vaccine, whether you want them to or not. As the Angle revealed last night, the Biden administration is about to take their pressure campaign to your doorstep. We are going to continue to press to get 12 to 18-year-olds vaccinated, to continue to work with communities where there's lower vaccination rates. That's one of the reasons we initiated these
the House press secretary,
these strike forces, to go into communities and work with them to determine what they need.
Posky.
Strike forces.
Strike forces.
President Xi must be very proud. That language. Now, but today, HHS Secretary Becerra took it to an even more sinister level. Biden's vaccine show will apparently be asking household adults questions about the family's vaccine status. And God knows what else.
Federal government has spent billions of dollars to try to keep Americans alive during this pandemic. So it is absolutely the government's business, taxpayers' business, if we have to continue to spend money to try to keep people from contracting COVID and helping reopen the economy. Knocking on the door has never been against the law.
First, Javier, it's not your department's role to pry into the medical decisions of American citizens. Second, the economy is already reopened and has been for a year in red states. Third, we trust parents, not the bureaucrats who misled us consistently, to make important family health decisions. Now, Republican officials are already pushing back, and this is great. Missouri's Governor Mike Parson politely told the feds to take their vaccine evangelization elsewhere. And the Arizona AG, in a letter to President Biden, raised the issue of medical privacy, writing, "I will not tolerate such intrusions within Arizona. If Americans are on the fence about taking the COVID-19 vaccine, it would be most inappropriate for bureaucrats to single them out, regardless of motivations or intentions." Now, the White House is claiming that it's not going to keep vaccination data a database and that all door knockers are just going to be volunteers, so don't worry about it. But given their raw obsession with vaccinating kids who rarely get ill from COVID, no wonder few trust them. Now, things are so bad in my old home state of Connecticut that parents there are suing to enjoin a new law that requires kindergartners to be vaccinated, even if it violates parents' religious beliefs. But when it comes to directly violating parental rights, DC takes the cake. Now, in a story we brought you last night, new legislation there allows children as young as 11 years old to get any vaccine, including COVID-19s, without parental consent. The attorney representing the father who's suing DC in federal court over this appeared on Ingram last night.
The law actually requires the doctor, the school, the health insurance company, and the health department to all actively conceal from the parent that the child has received the vaccine. This law is not only encouraging lying, it actually mandates by law an elaborate scheme of lying to their own parent.
Unbelievable. Now, it's not just Connecticut and DC subverting parental rights. Alabama allows 14-year-olds to get the vaccine without parental consent. Oregon allows 15-year-olds to get it. And in Rhode Island and South Carolina, you can get it at 16. This is unacceptable. None of these states allow tattoos for those under the age of 18 without parental permission, but they're allowing minors to get an experimental drug? A brand new study out of England revealing tonight that children are even more resilient to COVID than we actually thought. Some 99.995% of the 469,982 children in England who were infected during the year examined by researchers survived. But that doesn't matter to the left. And it's not going to stop their anti-parental trends, which are perhaps most pernicious in our schools. Now, if kids aren't being bombarded by nonstop hectoring on race and white privilege, they're being forced to read sexually explicit books with little to no literary value. Chicago takes things a step further from reading assignments focused on sex to actually encouraging students to have sex. Free condoms for fifth graders, isn't that nifty? Forget that this also means encouraging fifth graders to violate Illinois law that prohibits sex with minors. No big deal there. But parents, I gotta say, don't worry, because the experts say that condoms in elementary schools will stop the bad stuff from happening. Now, left-wing educrats who relish pushing the sexual envelope and redefining gender have zero respect for parental boundaries. Conversations that are best left between parents and their children are being short-circuited in states like California and New York. And by the way, remember, one of New York's fanciest schools is teaching first graders about masturbation. And when adults cry foul, as we have against things like critical race theory being taught in our schools, the elites and their activist base, they move into smear mode. And of course, they don't hesitate to lie. Cultural warriors are labeling any discussion of race, racism, or discrimination as CRT to try to make it toxic. They are bullying teachers and trying to stop us from teaching students accurate history.
Hold on. So let me just put this out there. Suddenly, these like-minded individuals want to teach accurate history. The irony here, the irony. You want to teach accurate history. Oh, okay. So you're admitting that the history that you've already fabricated was a lie now. You notice how people, they say things without really thinking about the previous lies that their forefathers have told. The accurate. I'm thinking to myself, okay. But even more, as my sister DJ stated, and it's like, what's causing them to push this jab so hard? I was like, well, you already know it's still, experimental. Regardless of who's trying to approve it, it's still experimental, for one. But moreover, it has sterilizing effects. So you think about it. You give something to a woman, and it's just going to completely sterilize her to the extent where she's not capable of having a child. That, to me, that just comes off as that's inhumane. I know there's a lot of sisters out here who probably who are looking at their daughters and hoping their daughters will grow up and have their own families and whatnot. People don't want to pay attention. And I get it. I get it. People are just so scared and fearful. That's your funeral. If you've already taken it, I'm just like, I don't know what to say, because a few people that are close to me have taken it. And it's one thing to try and encourage or persuade uneducated individuals about the jab, but you're really playing a game when you're gonna try and sneak around behind the parents' back and try and. Do you not understand the level of chaos that you're going to bring on other innocent people? Because you got some parents out here that they don't play. Zero. They don't play about their children. They don't. They will shoot you in the face, put you in the dirt, and carry on with their lives with their children. But now we're talking about this government entity again and its agents. Now they want to come in and prey on your child. Like, wow, okay, I can't let you do that. No, no, no. I will have to kill you. Period. Point blank. Period. If you think for 1 minute you're gonna come in this house and think you're gonna try and do something, that will be the day that whatever senator, secretary, whoever played a part in passing that, I will have to go after them. Like, seriously. Y'all just, mind you, no, you're not going to force anything on someone's child. Now you're in violation. Now you're going to risk getting other people shot and killed behind trying to, because you want to sterilize people. You want to sterilize girls. So that population growth will kind of like take a major stomp. Like, no, no, not at all. And it's sad. It's no, not at all. Not at all, DJ. Not at all. Me neither. Um, but just to hear how they are plotting. They're plotting on, shoot. I was thinking it was, yeah, I know we're included, but it now it's more of a broad thing. They trying to hit everybody. Like, now don't get me wrong. I don't like some people. Some people I do like. I wouldn't want anything to happen to them. My thing is, take them assholes, the negative ones, take them on up out of here. You can do whatever you want. What karma, whatever you want to do with these maggots, you can take it. Have at it. We don't. We not snitching. You done? Oh, okay. We ain't saying anything. Just go ahead and take the rest of them fools. Let the peaceful people live. But see, when you're talking about a level of corruption, greed, it's just like money, greed, control, and everything else that someone of great power can actually say, you know what? I don't want to prey on a woman, on a grown woman. They'll say some crazy shit like they want to prey on a child. And the sad part about it is, I said it once before, and I came under a lot of scrutiny. Everybody, I was in a Facebook group and I said this. I said, and I quote, this LGBT community is really a is really a cover for pedophiles to move amongst them. Because understand this, you actually have some, you actually have gay women, you actually have lesbians, I'm sorry. You have lesbians, and then you have homosexuals. You got the sissies. You know what I'm saying? What the sissies do, sissies get down with their own. That means male on male. They usually that's their thing. That's their lifestyle. And then you have the women, they get down with theirs. They get down with women. So it's like that's their lifestyle. But then you got some, and that's where the pedophiles come in. And I said it before, I really feel like pedophiles are just going to use the LGBT community to kind of like cover and make it more accessible for them to start preying on young children. You start hearing about politicians that are pedophiles. Disgusting. You're talking about people of like power. They can snap their finger. If they want something, they got it. But then it's like, what the hell? So they're gonna take it even a step further, which is obviously demonic, because you're taking the rights, the parental, and this is what I meant about words. I said this before. It was like, if you look up the root word of parents, what is parents? Someone who rents. And I thought about it. I was just like, I read it actually, and then I said it out on a tweet. But it was crazy because I was like, what? Parents. What are the actual mothers and fathers doing? They're renting. So you always wonder why CPS always come in and snatch folks' kids up. Because the parents are just renting. The parents on the birth certificate sign their child over to the state. They registered their child to the state. That birth certificate is nothing but a registration. Once you get the birth certificate and a social security number, boom, you are property already. That's another reason why I've been on my own journey, changing my status. But anyway, not to get off the point. Again, me personally, I said it, and a lot of people, they jumped down my throat. But I had that thought. And now what I'm starting to see is why are, if you practice that lifestyle, cool. But when you start bringing your children out in these big parades, and then you got guys walking around here with chains and leathers on, half naked, they moving like this. I was like, I never went to any of that, but just to see video clips of that, and I was just like, woo, woo. I'm like, shh. Like, I thought freak meat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But anyway, like I said, that's their lifestyle. That's their lifestyle. I just feel when it comes to a child and you start trying to force things, and it's a problem. That's all I'm going to say on that. Watch this. entirely. I really didn't. Now, I'm even more disturbed because I'm thinking to myself, I was like, wait a minute. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Don't I'm like, it to me, seeing something like that is like a pedophile dressing his victim up. And the sad part about it is you have grown, supposedly grown ass adults cheering this shit on. Like, why are you cheering this on? I'm like, if you get that type of behavior to what benefit? To be amongst young children doing that's too much. You are what a lot of people don't understand. That type of thing is frightening to a child. Psychologically, you're fucking a child up. That's like dropping a big ass clown in front of a child that never ever has seen a clown a day before in his or her life. That is exactly what you're doing. You're forcing something on yo. Oh wow. I can't believe this, man. I am so sick. Look at really, really. Like, I'm just saying, when I was growing up, there were certain things that we never were exposed to. You never were exposed to. And I'm like, shit. Out of all things that you could actually teach them, I mean, hell, I'm just like, in one aspect of the recording that I was playing earlier, you could hear the lady was like, we're going to we want to teach about the accurate history. Here we go altering shit again. But you're altering it in a way where you're not teaching exactly what you should be teaching these children. I mean, don't just cover up the dark aspects of American history because it's easier to do it that way because you don't want to educate children based off of truth and a level of honor. No. But I guarantee you these authors or philosophers, they want to be honored. If you're going to tell if you're going to tell a story or read a biography, if you write up a biography about someone's life, at least let that be at least let that be an accurate depiction of them. Don't just sit up here and fabricate no damn lie. But of course, that's what has happened to us, to indigenous people. But of course, it's, man, that's, wow, that is so disturbing. Very, very disturbing. This is why, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna wrap this up, because that really disturbed my spirit. That really disturbed my spirit, because I used to say there's a gay agenda, and people would say, there's no gay agenda. There's no gay agenda. You sure about that? To those people who told me, oh, to those people out there that told me, oh, there's no gay agenda. There's no gay agenda. You heard it for yourself. If there's no gay agenda, then why would they? And you think this pedophile, it's a pedophile ring that still exists when children go missing and they're never found again. That shit's real. That shit is real. And the sad part about it is some of those people, they are in various aspects of, in high places, judges, lawyers, senators, Republicans, Democrats, shit, politicians, period. High places, which they can do, and they have been known to do this. It's like, come on, man. Protect your children. Wherever you are in the world, protect your children. Okay? Protect your children. Question them every day. Hell, right now, seems like the best option, homeschool. Homeschool. Because if not, they're already plotting and trying to move behind the parents' backs to jab children without the consent of the guardian. You're fucking up there. And then you bring this frightening thing that you call drag into, drag and about lesbianism and homosexuality, and this is just like, that's too much. That's too much. Let a child be a child. Why the hell you got to show all that? Like, for real. Like, you don't have anything else better to do with your life. You just want to go out there and just damage psychologically a child. See, my brothers, hold your nuts. Hold your nuts. Don't let these fools get out here and bamboozle you and force you into accepting that. It's like, you ain't got to accept that. But also, if that's their lifestyle, that's what they do, cool, that's what you do. You stay in your lane. Don't bring that over here. Because you bring that over here, I don't give a damn what the states say. You getting your ass shot that day, no question. Because now you're out of place. The government is working in the same way. The government is out of place. You're talking about different entities that are infringing on your freedom, or what's alleged to be your freedom, I should say. They want to take everything and control everything. That's not freedom. But I digress. This concludes my vlog. I hope you all will take into account. Protect your children. Please. It's your right to protect. It's your job to protect your children. It's your job. So I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Till next time.